So on my recent trip to West Virginia, we stopped in Helvetia, and while we were there, we did a little walkthrough video of the parade route to kind of see the differences and the similarities. See, we start off with that little wooden shed that was pretty much spot on there. There's a White House there in real life that's not there in game. This little red spot here is pretty much exact. You got your red siding, your bright yellow door, and the little wooden rails there on the sides. This brown shop here on the left, where you take the meat during the event, is actually in the town, but it's not right there. It's up and kind of around the corner a little, and you'll see a little glimpse of that in just a second. I didn't get a very good shot of that in the real life video, but it's actually where we stayed while we were in town. It's a bed and breakfast called the Beekeeper Inn. You've got the little sign there that matches pretty well. One big difference is that you have the walking path and then the bridge in real life, and then in game it's obviously the bridge and then the walking path to the left. And this leads down to, in game it's called Freya's restaurant. In real life it's called the Hute, which was actually also operated by the people who run the place that we were staying. So we were able to go there and have our meals while we were there. The bandstand is there. It's quite a bit further off the road there, as you can see, than it is in game. But it was pretty accurate in design. Get back across the road here so we can go down the rest of the trail, since things were switched around a little bit. Sorry for the poor voiceover. I am definitely not a content creator. Just thought this would be a cool side-by-side. So here on the left, you can see the butcher's shop. Like I said, I didn't get a very good view of it in the video, but that's where we stayed. The Beekeeper's Inn. It's pretty cool. The inside is pretty similar as well. The big triangular handles on the door are all very, very accurate. You've got the little creek. One of my favorite spots to see, which was one of the most accurate, I think, was the honey house here. You got your windows, all the teapots and the Coke bottles and things are all sitting inside the windows. It looks like most of these buildings now are just empty and used for various storage supplies. It doesn't look like there's really anything going on inside of this one or the cheese house, which we'll get to in a minute. Yeah, this one even has the same sign, the same light fixture over the sign. They did a really spot-on job of this one. We've got the cheese house coming up next. Again, a really good job of this. It's got the same signage, same basic, size. The windows are the same. Those yellow pictures between the windows are the same. The door, it all matches up perfectly. This one has that little shed beside it in real life that we don't have in game, but that little side door that the super mutants come out of is definitely there. And this is, as you can see, another huge difference. We have this huge field here that kind of runs between the two spots there, as opposed to it all being like really, really close. So we'll skip ahead a little quicker there. This part is pretty close, but things are flipped around a little bit. So in game you have the library, then the museum, and in real life you can see it's the opposite there. That's the museum that I just walked by there on my right, and that's the library. Both are pretty accurate to design. Got the little steeple there and everything. You've got the gazebo. All of those things are all there. The library is the only place in town that has Wi-Fi, and you have no connection, no signal, no service of any type. They actually put the Wi-Fi signal information on the outside of the window, so you can hang out on their front porch and check your messages or your mail or whatever. You can see it's a little bit longer of a walk back to the road in reality than it is. That store there that I just zoomed in on, that's the general store that's in town. It's the only place in town that takes a credit card. And it's also the Fasnacht Mask Museum, which I'll be posting up some pictures in my photo dump. I'll post up here in a little while, but you can see there it's pretty true to life as well. It's got the little ramps and zigzags and things. And we move on up to the church, which it's there, but it's very, very different in design. And it's quite a bit further off the road. It's a little bit further up there. So oddly enough, when I was looking these things up on my way down there, I found that there is a church in Helvetia in, I think it was Oregon, that matches the church in game much more accurately than the one here, which I thought was interesting. I always wondered if they used the wrong reference when they were doing this.